So today I want to talk about the ultimate truth, that nothing really matters. When you look deeply, you see that nothing does really matter. Not because life is meaningless, but because everything is already held within the divine, within the infinite. Every event, every joy, every sorrow is simply the one expressing itself through infinite forms. The moment we stop clinging to outcomes, we awaken to truth. There's only presence, only consciousness, only this. And in that realization, we become free. Who would have ever thought that Metallica did a song, Nothing Else Matters? I don't think they understood the depth of what they were saying there, do you? And I know that what I'm talking about today is not easy to grasp, not easy to understand. And that's because we live in multiple layers of awareness. That's right, multiple layers of awareness. Layers of awareness with respect to our body, what it is and who we are in relationship to it, to our mind, relationship to our mind and everything that our mind thinks, and then our emotions, and then the level of awareness that we are. And then as we continue to study, it's not really study, we practice. We actually practice this stuff every day. We start to understand that we are that which is beneath the body, the mind, and the emotions, that which is aware of the body. You see, we're not having a divine experience. The divine is experiencing itself through us because we are an individualization of the divine. So we've got this ego, and this ego thinks that it's having the experience, when in retrospect, in reality, the divine is having an experience as us. And that experience is neither good or bad. It just is. The only judge about our experience is us. And when we judge, we come from a place of being separate from the divine, separate from the infinite, separate from pure consciousness, because it does not judge. The ego is the only thing that judges. And it can only judge from the realm of duality, the 3D world. But when we go beyond that, there is none. I'm not saying we give up the 3D. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we must learn to balance living in it. In the 3D world, we're always going to be equally challenged and supported. It may feel like we're not being supported, but we are. You're always, the universe cannot exist if it was not in balance. We are in balance. We just don't tend to see it that way. We tend to think, oh, and when we're not in balance, we're even having, one way we're having great joy because we're in balance on one spectrum. And then on the other spectrum, we're suffering, a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. And where do most people spend time? On suffering. Tony Robbins, I remember in 1995, I went to Unleash the Power Within. And there he said, 90% of people spend their lives avoiding pain. Only 10% pursue pleasure, pursue truth. It was real interesting. He drew the correlation as well. He says, I sell a lot of product at these events. And what we've discovered in our research is that only 10% of the people who buy the product ever even take the wrappers off. Think about that. There are lots of levels of awareness. And your job is not to compare yourself to anyone else. Your job is to live as fully and completely in a balanced state as you can possibly create for yourself. And know there'll be people struggling all around you to find their way. The best way that you can be with them is to be an inspiration, to be an example. Don't try to tell them. They won't hear. People only hear what they're ready to hear, and most of the time they hear it when they see it demonstrated in front of them. So be an example today. Be love. And when I say be love, it means to accept yourself as whole and perfect and complete right now. And if you do that, guess what? You give up this thing called judgment. because judgment is the single one thing that keeps everybody out of love. So today, the ultimate truth, nothing matters. But you give it the permission to matter, and that's your choice. With that, much love and aloha.